Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard Gene, the fishing machine here. Early in the morning, but it's already super hot. For the last 2 weeks, North Alabama has had a heat wave, miserably hot, just like most of the country right now. Unbelievably hot. Okay, we've established the fact, well, that it's hot. And in my opinion, it's because, well, it's summer. Just had a big carp jump right here. Oh my goodness. Right now, the water temperature is 86.5 on the top. I've seen a few shad flip right here in front of us. Meaning they're on the surface, but this is 14 feet of water. I need to catch a few. Why? Well, because today we're going to focus on catfish. Catfish, that's right. They've been off bed now for a while. They're still roaming around trying to gain some weight. They're hungry, and I mean to catch a few of them. But first, we're gonna have to catch bait. And the bait of my choice is gonna be shad. It's gonna be either threadfin shad or gizzard shad. Either way you do. I don't need many, but I do need some. So let's take this 6 foot 3/8 mash cast net and let's catch them. Okay, folks, I see some right out here in front of us. Now, I'm not sure if they're gizzard shad or threadfin. Now, it don't make any difference to me which one, because it don't matter. Right now, they'll hit either one because they're pretty active right now. One's right here in front of us. I don't know if y'all see the rings or not. Well, here's one right here. That's closer. We'll just go ahead and get right here on top of him, and hopefully there's some more right there. What I'm going to do is cast right in the center of that ring. He come up, then he went back down. Then I guess center ways of the ring. Okay. Maybe we got some. I certainly hope so, because this time of the year bait's hard to catch. And we got some. Looky here, looky here. I consider that a blessing. We don't have but 2. No, we got 3, but they're gizzard shad. And that's okay. That's fine. They're just right to cut up. Let's put them on ice. Now, the thing about catfishing is this. It's very important to keep your bait fresh. If I can catch, let's say a dozen more, that'd be plenty for what we're going to do today. I've been asked a lot of questions. What's your favorite size net, cast net? I'm going to say a 6 foot. As far as the mash, 3/8 is a good size. I have some 1/4 inch mash nets too, but that's for special situations when I'm looking for or trying to catch smaller bait. Woo! 20 minutes later, I finally rounded up enough bait. They quit coming up to the top, popping, so I had to rely on my little depth finder right here and throw to the back of the transom. And I finally, I threw that net over 2 more big old gizzard shad, which I can cut up. We got plenty of bait. That's plenty of bait. Because what we're going to be doing today is we're not going to be trophy catfishing, although we may catch one. You never know. Especially here on Tennessee River. But we're going to be fishing for just eating size catfish. And we're going to do it in such a way that we're going to have fun. This is just a 6.5 foot medium action Berkeley cherry wood rod. It's a 2-piece rod. A lot of people would call this an old cheapo Walmart special, but to me it's a good rod. This rod right here I caught a 61 pound 61 pound test. What am I saying? It's hot. 61 pound blue cat on this rod right here. 2-piece rod. Fishing, well, basically the same thing that I'm doing right here. I caught him on an Akuma spinning reel, 15 pound test. Braid. And right here I have a 3/8 of an ounce egg weight, beefy swivel, and for the leader I have about an 18-inch piece of 20 pound test red Cajun line on here for the leader. Now, as far as the hook goes, folks, I'm going to use a small one. That way I can catch anything that bites, whether it be a channel cat, which has a smaller mouth, blue cat, flathead, anything that bites. I should be able to get a hook into that fish. This is a 2/0 Eagle Claw Cigar circle hook. And if you notice, the line is coming through the front side of the eyelet. That's the way I love to tie them. That is a knotless knot that I used right there. And we'll tie up one of these leaders right here before the day's over and show you what I'm doing. I have a Palomar knot here and one here to the braid. Very strong knots. All three of these are strong knots. Now, the thing that we're going to be doing today, we're going to be bottom bouncing. I'm going to pick this weight up off the bottom a foot or so and then let it hit on that hard rocky bottom. We're going to be fishing a rocky bottom. It's going to make a sound and it's going to draw these catfish, excuse me, to a piece of shad that I'll have on here. And I'm not going to use big baits. It's not necessary. Not very necessary right now. But we're just going to do typical catfishing. Now, is it possible to catch a big one? You doggone right. I've caught a lot of big blues by fishing for eating size catfish in this river. You really never know what to bite. They're pretty active right now. All right, let's get down there and let's see what we can do. Let's get up under a shade. Or let's get shaded a little bit because I'm burning up. Whoa. It's so hot out here. It's miserably hot. Whoa. Whoa. Now that's what we're looking for. Okay, I'm going to show y'all something right here. That's where the catfish is going to be. They're going to be right here. I want y'all to look at the bait. Y'all see the bait right there? Showing up in 22 feet of water. Okay, that's where the fish is going to be. Now a little bit later on, probably about mid-August, those fish will probably be deeper. Just depends on where the shad is going to go. You got to have bait fish around. They're going to be close to the bait fish. Whether they're feeding or not, they're going to be close. If the bait fish are deep in the 50, 45, 50 foot range or even deeper, that's where the catfish is going to be. They're just like any other fish, folks. They're predators. So we're going to fish around through here and we're going to catch them. We're going to find them. Now, as y'all can see, I'm not using a big bait right here. Not at all. Just a cross section of one of those smaller gizzard shad. But that bait right there is big enough right now. Like they're pretty active. There's very little current, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is just bump around with my trolling motor, and I'm going to bottom bounce just like this. See, it's on the bottom right there. Not very aggressive. See, I'm just going to pick that rod up, hold it there maybe a little bit, and then let it fall. Boom. That's all I'm doing. Holding it there a little while, whatever. Now, we got a little bit of current right here. I thought it was dead, but it's not. It's not dead. That's good. That's real good. But I see a little bit of current. That made me feel a lot better. You got to have current out here on the Tennessee River to catch fish, or you need it. If you don't have it, you're going to have a tough time. Hey. Wow. There's a good bite. There we go. There we go, folks. Wow, that fish knocked the fire out of that. Here in 42 feet of water. I didn't really think I was going to have to fish this deep to catch a catfish, but yep, that's what it's going to take today. The water was moving, it's just barely moving right now. I mean, barely. Here he comes. Not really a bad fish, not for the type of tackle we're using. Of course, I'm using a different reel and rod, but it's about the same action. There he is, little blue cat. Woo! I brought him up slow. That's pretty deep water. If y'all can see right there, it's 41 feet right now. But it was in 42 foot where I hooked this fish. Little blue, how do you do? There we go. Beautiful fish. Now that's the size right there that most people around these parts likes to eat. Some people eat them a little bit bigger than that. Some of them claims that, you know, it don't matter how big they are, but that's really supposed to be the best eating size. Me, I don't eat catfish, but I'm going to tell y'all something. I love to catch them. That fish was deep. That's typical of this time of year. Anywhere from I start looking for them, anywhere from 50 to 26, 27 feet. But anyway, there's a little blue. We're going to let him go. Now I'm going to tell you, I brought him up really slow because that's pretty deep water. When you're talking about 40 and 50 feet of water, if you bring them up too quick, you could actually kill them. Their air bladder, they won't have enough time to release the air. Yeah, Betty's got a headache out of their air bladder. And when you let them go, it could kill them. It could. But we're going to go ahead and let him go before he kills himself. But the fact of the matter is, catfish are tough. The doggone thing is tough. Let's let him go. All right, boy. Let's let him go. Boy, that fish. Here. Let's see. There he goes. He's under the boat right now. Whew. That fish was feisty. He wanted back real bad. And he give himself a doggone headache. But let's catch another one. Right here. I've changed to a different rod. I've actually brought 3 of them with me today. They're all laying right there. I broke that one off. The hook off of that one. We'll go ahead and just cut one. That's about the size of bait that I caught him on right there. Not that big of a bait. Now when you're using a small circle hook like this, I could step up to about a 3 or 4/0, but this one's fine. Right here in the belly cavity is a great place to hook it, just like that. That's tough, believe it or not. And that leaves a lot of hook exposure. Let me show you that. If you're wanting to use a smaller hook, and what'll happen is everything that bites, you're going to hook it just about it by using a smaller hook. But see how much hook exposure they are? That's real important. If you want to hook everything that bites. Oh my. Look here, folks. Oh my. And my some more. This is a little bit better fish right here. Now this fish is 35 feet deep. I mean, I know it's a blue cat. Look at him, he's coming up towards the surface. Yeah, that's a big one right there. That's a good one. Y'all see that fish come up to the surface like that? Some of them will. They'll just come. And I didn't have that much pressure on him because of this light line. And he wasn't wrapped or anything of that nature. He just decided to come up to the top. But this is what I've been looking for. Right here. On this light tackle. This is what it makes it fun. Wow. He just now figured out he's hooked. I better let off this drag just a little bit. Now, to me, this is what's sporty about fishing. Look at that big son of a gun. Why he decided to come out of that 35 feet of water up towards the top that quick, I don't know, but some of them do. Some of them do that. Okay, he's done. Now this fish right here's got some weight on him for this time of the year. He's been feeding and feeding heavy. Come on, quit. There he is, we got him. Wow, that's a nice catfish. That makes me want to do more of it. Now catfish is something that I do the least of. Let's wet the deck right here. But it's a lot of fun, folks. Especially when you target. Well, this is a lot of fun. This is sporty. But if you target them big catfish, I'm going to tell you something. It can get addictive, real addictive. Look how pretty that fish is. Now, I'm excited. Woo. Hey, man, I'm excited. Dog, I'm about to lose my mind. And I cannot deny it, or I cannot hide it. I'm excited. I am super stoked, and all those words, hey, to the gill and all that stuff. Okay. That ain't bad. Look how healthy that fish is right there. See how gutted that fish is? That was the ones that come off early and has been feeding like crazy. Beautiful, beautiful fish, folks. Nothing wrong with that. Let's get her unhooked and get her back. All right, folks, that's a good one right there. Let's let her go back. That fish has got some sharp, sharp teeth. There we go. That one went back without any trouble. That's what we're talking about. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie me another leader on this, and we're going to do it real quick. I'm going to show you what's going on and why I'm going to do it. Now, it's not that these knots won't hold up for another fish or two. It ain't that. Right here, somehow, y'all see that knot right there? And that knot is pulled super tight. That's a great place, a great way to get broke off. I don't know how that happened. So I'm just going to cut this leader off, and we'll just retie this hook on right here. When you tie a knotless knot, look how easy it is to get this knot off. Look at there. It's off. I can use the same hook. So we're going to go ahead and cut about a 2-foot piece right here. Okay. Now look how quick and simple this knot is to tie. We're just going to go through the front of the eyelet. I've shown this a lot though, folks, but still got to show it again. And then just come around, loop it 7 times. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's a lucky number. Take the tag in and run it through the backside, just like that. Now what that does is, when that catfish runs off with it and you start reeling, the pressure points here at the front of the eyelet, which will put more of a curve into the circle hook. In other words, it'll turn it. Let's do this, okay? Okay, it's in the catfish's mouth now, right in the corner. He's running with it. You start reeling. Now look how that thing's moved. Y'all see how that moved in? It's digging in. Now that's not a necessary knot. The hook is designed to catch them anyway like that without setting the hook. But what the deal is, that enhances it just a little bit, in my opinion. What I look for is I try to be an advantage, okay. I like everything to be a lot, well, you know what I'm saying. Let me do it again. And what that does, folks, is it's a high percentage way of getting a hook into a fish. That's all they are to it. Rarely miss one. And I'm just going to put a simple trilene knot here. Wet it, cinch it up. And being we're fishing for old catfish, might hook a sure enough big one. I'll leave about 3/8 of a tag line on there. Okay, let's see if we can catch another one. That old man lost all his teeth 3 years ago. It didn't take but 3 years, and his little old mouth is about the size of a dime. Just round mouth like that, like he'd been sucking on persimmons or lemons or something. And looks like he's gonna whistle all the time, is what I'm trying to say. That's the aggravatingest old man I've ever seen in my doggone life. Y'all see that? There you go. Oh my. Oh my. Woo-wee. This is a good one, folks. This one right here is a good one. In that old deep water. We're in 47 feet. We're actually right on the edge of the Tennessee River right here. Right on the very break line is where I caught that fish. This is a good one by Ned. He didn't hit like a good one. I mean, it's hard to tell the difference between a 3-pound fish and whatever this one is. In that deeper water, when you're fishing this way, when you're just holding your rod. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him away from these columns a little bit. And then we'll wear him down. That's all we can do. Boy, it's deep water. Wow. He took back every bit of that. Well, if he'll show himself. Oh my goodness, look here. Look here what it blew. And if y'all noticed, he compressioned himself. All that air escaped, and I'm glad to see that. Come on, boy. I got him hooked right in the corner of the jaw. Look at him. He just don't want to come in. God, that thing's ugly too. Come on in here. He's ugly, but so am I, so we match. That's a good fish right there. I want y'all to look what a fish right here. Golly bum. And I caught it on I told you this little Berkeley rod right here, cherry wood sheep Walmart thing, catches some good fish. One time a 61-pounder. But let's take a look. Let's get him off and take a look at him. He's a dead blame good one for this kind of tackle. Hey, he's a good one. Having some trouble right here, folks. That's a good one right there. Their teeth are very, very sharp. And clamping down mean son of a guns. Whew, let's let him go. Mean. Alright, let's let him go. My goodness. Mean thing. Whoo, whoo, there he goes. There he goes, right there. He had a little trouble. They do sometimes about getting getting back in the groove, but he just dived straight on down. It takes him a little time, but I'm telling you, their teeth are sharp this year for some reason. That's another good thing about braid. This 15-pound test braid or 20-pound, whatever you like to use. It's so thin in diameter, it's allowing me to use this lightweight, and there's no stretch. So, you know, 45, 50, 55 feet of water, there's no trouble, you know, getting a hook into a fish. A catfish's mouth is tough, but now when you have line that don't stretch, you got direct contact with that fish, and good sharp hooks like these eagle claw seaguar circle hooks right here, you can might near catch every fish that bites. Which if I was using mono fishing this deep, there'd be a lot of stretch from my rod tip to the circle hook, and I would probably lose a few at this depth if I was using, say, 14-pound test. That's what I'm saying. You know, folks, the fact is, that was simply a lot of fun. I tell you what, I got tested today, light tackle, deep water catfish. You can't beat it. It's a lot of fun. It's a method that's always worked and always will work. It's a simple way to fish, and it's a simple way to catch a lot of fish and have fun doing it. And that's what fishing is all about. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Every single one of you has been, hey, remarkable. I want to say this. It's hot. It's 110 degrees out. Woo. I love the heat. The hot heat. The heat. And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good.